Okay, it looks like we're live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on CanoScript. Mm, okay. So let's see where we're at. So the last stream, I'm working on it so that we can do this now instead. So before it was basically you had to type this out each time, right? And then you follow it by one function prototype, essentially is what it is. And you have to do that each time. So now it's more like a block. It's technically not a block in the same way that a block would be for like an if statement or whatever, but you know, um, anyway, right? It's much more efficient, right? Because you don't have to type this out each time. So it's a lot better in that sense. Yeah, and so it should work. Right, so there was one little issue. It does not work. I think I actually, yeah, I was messing around with it, and it's actually broken. I need to just revert. Revert. Let's see. Yeah, let's just do that. Minutes early would have rated me. Dang, I didn't even realize you're live. I would have actually watched. Mm, how you doing, by the way? What is up? Okay, now it's good. Right, so I'll go over what the issue is. But yeah, so it does work. It's much faster. So before it took like 20 seconds or so even to compile because it had to go through all the different things. And it would have just gotten more and more the more functions that we added. But uh, right here, right. So now basically we loop over instead. And what is this? Yeah, so we loop over each one and do it all at once instead of doing each one separately. Doing good. Probably the last time for a while. Okay. Does suck indeed. About to head to bed. All right. Have a good night. Have a good night. Glad you could stop by, even if just for a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. So right, there is some issues with it, which I'll get into in a moment. But basically, we loop over it and we do them all at once instead of doing them all separately, like they were done before. Hence the sort of block structure. But the issue at the moment is basically I was trying to get it so we could load all of them at one time. We just push all the function names on. We also push the file name as well, and just loop over them. But I was having some issues like they were becoming invalid and things like that. So that's gonna have to be it's gonna have to wait a bit because I'm not exactly sure what the issue is. Yeah, it's not like a scope thing because it would go out of scope here. So I don't quite understand it. I'll need to look into it some more before I can get that working. But it works fine enough now. That's like a runtime thing. It'll make it a bit faster at runtime because we don't have to load each one individually, right? Because basically it's a dozen different instructions with it, but it's not that big of a difference compared to the actual compile times, right? So it's not that big of a deal, right? But yeah, so I think what I'd like to work on, and we can look at the issues. So there's a few things. So one of the possible things here, currently we have no way to pass structures as pointers, right? We can pass them like this, but we cannot pass the pointer to them, because it just automatically converts it to like a value essentially. I think we could put pointer, and that would probably work. But I'm not sure exactly, and obviously type checking and things like that. I'm not even sure actually if Waylib has it, right, to actually test it. Has any where you pass them like that. So let's see. Let's go down to functions. Can we find functions? There's things like this. Let's see. Oh yeah, I guess strings, but that's not really a struct. Okay. Images. All right, that might be kind of hard to test. Let's see what else we have before we get into that. So we have this. That's going to be an Austrian thing. It'll just be a small script that I'll write or whatever. So we have those variable declarations. Yes, that was an issue with right. I'll think about that. And then hex literals and binary literals. I could do that. Something I was thinking. For that, it could be like basically, I could do it the C way, right? Where you have like that and like the obviously that's not that up. whatever, right? It could do something like that, or it could just start with the letter, you know, right? So that, or I guess octal as well, but I don't know, right? So that is a way of doing it. I don't think, not at least not that I'm aware of. There's not really any that are used outside of hex, binary, and octal, like at least commonly, and obviously decimal, but that's the default. So I think that would be enough. Really, these are used the most common. So I think, yeah, I think I kind of like that way of doing it. Right, so the other way would just be sort of to be for like parity with C, but that's not really necessary, right? Because yeah, I think that would probably be, there might be a reason why it's not done this way. But basically, if we're parsing an expression and it starts with X, yeah, it starts with X and then following it is a number, then it can just be considered a hex literal. Okay. And I think we can convert it. Let me see actually. Right, so I think can this do hex? It does have to be 0x though, if it is that. And I don't think it can do binary x, so that might be an issue. Or we might have to use sprintf to do that. Right. Right. Let me see. Is there a built-in function that can do that? Right, we can just do that, I guess. Something like that. Oh, it's very bright. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, hex, that's easy enough, right? Because we can just pass it to this, and it has to start with 0, right? So, because of that, do I want to just do that, you know? I don't know, right? It doesn't matter that much. Kind of bike shedding, right? I guess maybe I'll do it this way, just to see, right? That might make it easier, you know, and then we don't have to prepend the 0 when we pass it to this. So, I'll start with hex for now. That'll be the most useful, is hex. So let's see, so that's going to be in the parsing. So, basically, what's going to be in the lexing specifically? And then we can just set it as an integer value. And yeah, we can use that function. So let's go, I think we have this. Right, so this is basically like that. Let's see, so... Right, so is digit, yeah, we do it like this. So if it's a digit, right, if it's 0, followed by x, then we want to parse it like that. So this is going to get that. But I think I can parse the 0 up here, right? And then, yeah, this will be where we'll parse all of those. So just add another case here. Find why the plate statement as well. So 0. So then if the next one is x, then we'll do that. Otherwise, once, right. So if, how do we get the next one? I have not actually done this in a minute. Get the next token, right? Well, all right, we have to do view.len is greater than 1, and view.data plus 1. So we have to do like this, the reference, right? Equals x. Then we'll do this, else we'll just, we will just, well, okay, we want to actually go on to the next one. So maybe we actually want to do it in here, you know? Just parts from memory. That might be better way to do it. Yeah, so we can just check if it's 0. Because if it starts with 0, you don't actually start with 0 any other. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I'm thinking now, right? You don't actually start a number with 0 unless it's going to be one of these. Because you won't have like that, right? It's not a thing unless you're doing binary. So, yeah, I think this will be fine. You don't have to continue here. Else we'll just, print an error, right? So we just assert, well, not assert, but print error. Do we have a location? Yeah, we have token location. And this can basically just be, do we have a token? I think we do. This can say invalid. What is it? So invalid. I think, right. What is it? What's it called again? number base, I guess. Yeah, I can put more information in there. That should be good. Something like that, right? So here we want to basically collect it as a string. Essentially, is what it is. So we can. Well, I guess we can even do view chop left here, right? So view chop left. Yeah, we can basically collect it in this similar way, right? Yeah, something like that. It's basically exactly like this, actually. But what we have to do is view chop. Paste this in here. Oops. Right. I'm using Vim actually. You know, if I could, I can. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Okay. So that's good. Like this, and then so yeah, we basically collect the whole thing. What we have to do is after we view chocolate view, we can initialize this here, and we don't need this yet, so we can wait on that. Basically just want to do this now, right here. Right, so that's gonna check that, and then if it is, then we'll do this. That's not right. Yeah, so basically, what we're doing is we're chopping left, so we're getting rid of the 0. And then we can do this. So we don't need that, but if view.when, no, we don't really have to check that. We just have to check if view.data equals x, then we're good. So we can do view chop left again. Right, so that's going to consume the x, and then we do this while the len is greater than 0, and it is word or is alpha. Well, so is word part of that, right? Yeah, I think it is. So because it's different from that. Well, let me look at is word. Is word should be able to be either. Yeah, okay, so that's perfect. That is perfect. So, yeah, so we have is word. So that would be any of those. We don't necessarily want underscores. So I'm still going to use this is word, but then I'll do and data does not equal underscore. Right, that'll sort of, you know, just cancel that out. Instead of making a whole new function for it, I'll just check this extra thing here. Because that's not, well, I guess that could be, you know, acceptable if you wanted a way to separate it. Like, I think Python was this, where you have like that, but I don't really care about that. Okay, so we append to this. So this word is going to be the number, right? And then, I guess we don't need to initialize that unless we get in here. So to number, view.data, and then we chop left, and then at the end, we'll basically just we'll convert this to that. Okay. So we want to convert the hex. I think we can use sprintf for that, right? Let me look. So C sprintf hex to this. Things way to do that. But I'm kind of, let's see, ASCII. Yes, we can use that, and I'll think about that, but okay, yeah, we can use stir to long, right? So we have this. I don't know that I've ever used this, so I'm going to look at how it works. According to the given base, so we use 0. I think that's what you're supposed to use. That might be wrong, but so okay, we can use this to convert to binary, can't we? Since it's based on the base. Perhaps. Right, and if that is actually the case, we could do a different syntax. So I'm pretty sure what is it called? It's like Elixir? No, not Elixir, it's the other one. The original one. Erlang, that's what it is. I think that uses like it's something like right, that for the number. I guess it's a number, so yeah. So it basically put the base like that. And that could be interesting as well, you know. And then if we just get this number, we can pass it to this function. I'm not gonna do that for now, but that is an idea, right? So I think you're supposed to use 0 when it's hex, but you might have to be 16 or yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'll just do 0 because I think that's what you're supposed to do. And then I don't know what this end pointer is. It's not null. Is that just the last one? Stores the addresses of the first invalid character. I don't quite get how that works. Let me try it, right? Perhaps I should make like a test file, but let's see. So stir toll, right? And that's gonna return a log. So yeah, we can create a token, right? So how do we create the token actually? Token. Alright, we can set the type. So token.type equals, well, since we're converting it, right? It can just be an integer, right? So token.type equals token type int lit, I think, or is it just int? And this is supposed to be big, not whatever that was. Is it just int? I get, yeah, that's the wrong thing. Token type int. Okay, that's all it is, so that's fine. And then we can set value integer, and I think that should be a line, right? So we can do this, and we can do number.data, and then if I am correct about this, then we could do something like number.len, right? And then 0, right? So I can try that out, and then what else do I have to do for the token? So I'm gonna type, and then append that, and we append the number. Append that. Okay. Okay, then we have to append the token. So that's what we have to do. Okay. Yeah, we will have to append this then. Well, yeah, I think we will have to do that. Before we call the stir toll, right? Yeah, just there we go. And let's see if that will compile. Ayo, shoddy, what it do, man? What the heck? How you doing today? What is up? Interesting message. No memory name land. Okay. Is it size? Is that what it is? Oh, it's count. Yeah, I'm stupid. All good. Shoddy Mang, like mango. All Gucci, Tamaguchi. Let's see. Star. Alright, so that's not what you put there. What do you put? Hang on. It's supposed to be, 2 stars. What the heck? Alright, I'm just gonna pass null and see what happens. I don't think it'll be valid necessarily, but I will pass it. No. Right, so if I do that, then that's correct. Ebonics. What is that? Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. So let's make a text cannon. And yeah, this, so we'll do something like that. We'll exit with a bar, yeah. Okay, just found a good way to greet. Yeah, sure, a good way. And what is that value? 0. So I'm not sure that worked exactly right. I seem to have left it. Let me print out the value, perhaps, that is returned here. Value dot integer. Okay, and let's see what it is. 0. Is that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2? Let's see. So what is? So I think we do just A, right? That should be. So it clearly doesn't work. Okay. You have to put 16. That could perhaps. It does seem to do that. Okay, so 10, I think that is right? If I'm not mistaken. And that. So I'm not super familiar with hex, right? So hex to decimal. But take a look at that. So if we have I think it was 4. And that looks to be about right. So there we go. Hexadecimal literals, that's pretty cool. And that's actually useful for this, right? Because then we don't have to declare these necessarily. Yeah, so we use RGB and then alpha. So if we do something like that, so let's see. I think we can use that here, right? So if we have the background color, where is that even at? Yeah, background color. So if we use something like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, at I think that is right, and then we put a color there for clear background. Which is, yeah, it's just int. Well, you could 2, 32. Did not work. Did I do it wrong? Uh, what? Because if we just have 0, yes. So if it's just 0, then we have to do that. So that is a problem. Then we want to fall through into this. So perhaps I will. That is a problem, yes. So maybe I just need to move this stuff into here, you know? So if it's 0, right? V dot data equals 0. Then we shall do this. And yes, that should be fine then. Okay. I could clean that up so it's a bit less redundant, but that's fine. But seems to have still not worked, right? So if it is 0, then we do this, and then else, yeah, else we can just continue, right? So we don't even have to do this. Well, okay. That doesn't quite work, does it? And v dot n is greater than 2, greater than 1. Actually, yeah. Okay. Try that out. Valid numbered base. Why does it say that? So I got to you not say it correctly. That must be it, yes. What? Oh yeah, because we still have this up here. I didn't get rid of it. Okay, I am kind of stupid. Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Right, so I still want this error message actually. I got rid of it, so let me see that. Here and then yeah, so I think that is a good idea, right? So if that, otherwise it is going to be invalid. And it still says that. Okay. I don't think it would have to be greater than 2, so I think we might have a bigger issue. Yeah, okay. What the heck? And view that lens greater than that. Okay, yeah, because that's the entire view, so that's not even gonna work properly. Okay. So we need to not chocolate. Theta. Okay, let me think about it. So if we have a 0. Yeah, so if the next one is not a 0. Right, so that's a bit convoluted, but it's not a 0. No, that's not right. Right, then we don't need this exactly. Yeah, so, yeah. I'll need to work on it a bit. But this should work, right? If I'm not mistaken. Okay, and I made it red, so I did it wrong. So is that not right? How do you do it? What if I do so red, green, blue, alpha? That should be white, yeah. So let's see, if I set, turn that one on, did not change anything. So is this, that, it must be backwards in it. So this is the opposite. So what if I do this, right? Alright, yeah, then that makes it black, so it's backwards, okay. If I said this, it should be red. Yeah, okay, so I think I get it now. And then this would be blue. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense, yes. So yeah, then we could use, instead of using these actual structs, we could just do this, 0x, so we have ff, 0, 0, 0, 0, ff, no, we want it to be black, like that. And then this would be 0x, 0, 0, it's ff, and then 245, so I don't know what that is. So that's that. What is 245? F5, okay. So F5, 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 okay, we can do that. Yes, we have that, and then this would just be a 2, I guess. Right, then we don't actually need the struct at all. It's obviously useful for other things, but in this case, it's not necessarily necessary, right? Something like that. And this can, yeah, this can be the background. No, BG color, I think is what it was. Is that? There we go. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's it's an easier way of doing it than the whole struct. Okay, so that is cool. That is very cool. So I will actually commit that. Okay, so implement. Implements hex with. Okay, so that doesn't quite close the issue yet. This issue, because we need to do binary. So that should be fairly straightforward, right? I don't think I'm it out there. Fairly straightforward. Basically, so we can check this. So what we need to do, it's 0. Dang. It's just quite unfortunate. Alright, so we don't really need to. Oops. I just want to think. So if we do this, right? And that. So we can do if theta plus 1 equals x, and then we do some of this stuff. Otherwise, we just, continue out here, right? So we can get rid of this one, and that would open up for the b, right? B. So else if theta plus 1 equals b, and I think there's some stuff that we can share among these. That's okay. Break those there. And yes, this ADA append, that's not gonna quite work. So that'll have to go in both of them. But I think we can, the view chop left needs to go in both of them. It's no here though. That's gonna be regardless. We'll put it here and then we can get rid of this, right? And this also could just go up here, and we could use that for both of them. Instead of redeclaring it there, so we can use none. Right, and this is all pretty much the same except for the last thing, now that I am thinking about it. So... Right, so actually we could do that, yeah. So if that, or theta plus 1 equals b. Right, let me do all this stuff. We don't need this branch. But then we just have to check this one, right? Because the rest, right, I guess numbers are not valid necessarily, but we'll get to that, right? Otherwise, So I can do actually here. So int base, it is an integer, right? Yeah. So int base equals 16 if right. So I don't remember exactly how this how ternaries work, but I think something like this. If actually we can set the base up here. Base equals u.data, it's x, or two. Is that how it works? It's something like that. It doesn't. I can right, and then we can just use this, right? Use the base here. Let me see if that applies at all. It does not. How do you do? Let me look at C ternary. Sure. Yeah, I cannot spell. So condition that value true or value false. Okay, yes, the condition was first. That's fine. Data equals x. Then do 16. Otherwise, 2. Or is it the other way? Actually. Yeah. Okay. Question mark goes with the condition. That makes sense. And semicolon. Yeah. Yeah. Number doesn't exist. It's a none. Okay. That's okay. That is 2 to 9. Okay, so I think that does work. And then if we go to Testcano and we do 0b and we do 0101. 5. Okay, I think that's right. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So there we go. Binary literals now, which aren't as useful, right? They're not as useful as text literals, but they are still quite useful. Okay, that's pretty cool. And yeah, so I don't know. I have to think about that. Doing it right since we have this, right? We can use pretty much whatever. So yeah, if we did, did it like that, where it starts with a number, which is the base, and then pound sign, hashtag, whatever you want to call it, followed by the number, it'd be quite easy to do that. And I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure, Erlang, right? Erlang hex, something like that, right? I'm pretty sure Erlang does this, and you can do it with pretty much any one of them. So I thought there was a way to. It might not be Erlang, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, there we go. 16 pound sign. Yeah, so I kind of like that, and it wouldn't be that hard. So you just get the first number, right? And then if there's a pound sign, then we use the first number as the base up to, what was it? 32, 36. Okay. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. That could be cool. For now, I'll just stick with this though. So 0. Yes, indeed. So I will this. Close number. What is the number? Number 4. Okay, and that should close it. And there we go. Okay, yeah. So I think that's most of what I wanted to do today. It was a bit shorter. I don't have to end it stream that thing. I can work on it. So I kind of wanted to go through this, right? So, right, because I want to make a game with this. Once the issues are closed. Just a small game, I've got the other game project going on with some people from the Discord server. So that's sort of like the full thing. So I'm not making that, but I want to sort of as a way to test Kindle. This has been the plan, right? So I'll need this, right? That'll be quite useful. This was just an issue, so that's actually quite important to do. So can I like, yeah, okay, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so this is like a bug, an actual bug. This is a feature problem. Yeah, so most of what I wanted to implement is implemented. We'll create one more though. So passing to cx function, right? So I need that. That'll be quite useful. and it's quite important, right? So these are two important features that need to be added. This is a bug that needs to be fixed, and this is another bug, but that's sort of with the other project, with the titanium assembly project, which is obviously closely related because we use that. It's just not up to date, basically. And this, yeah, this is just write a script. That's not a big deal. Okay. So yeah, we're getting it. We are getting it for sure. And there's also some issues with like error reporting and stuff. But that's not super important because it's not features, right? So what I want to do here is actually make it so we sort of just add the current velocity each frame. Yeah, and that would be good. So the velocity, right? Let's create velocity, right? So current velocity, which it needs to be like a vector too. So let's create a y velocity thing. And this will be 2 equals 0. So we'll start at 0. And want to add, so y velocity. The doesn't be like that. Y velocity is y. Yeah, we also need plus equals. That would be pretty cool to have. Yeah, it doesn't need a capital. Y velocity. Okay. Something like that. And then we do that, and here jump speed, yeah, and then we just add to the rec y. So y equals y plus y velocity. Right, that falls quite fast, and it just falls through the floor. Why did it go through the floor and not stop though? We're not check that anymore. If rec y is equal to height, then rec y equals height. And I think we need to do subtractions, right? That failed. That's a game, yeah. I don't know why that compiled. That's an issue. Might jump to 0. That's an issue. Okay. Oh, that right up there to check. Right. I think gravity is too high. Set it to 2. And it falls. So we have this stuff. Then we can set rec y equal to minus height, I think. Not minus height, but no, I did that wrong. It needs to be height minus rec height. That's almost right. Why is it off by that much though? It's not plus, because that would be, yeah. Minus 15. It's very strange. Right. It's obviously closer to jumping now. Let's change the jump speed to 50 perhaps. Yeah, it's almost like an actual thing. So I'm not sure what this is about though. So rec y, what's that? Grounded. Rec y equals height. Minus rec height. Height. Okay. Yeah, I don't get why it's like that. That should be right though. I don't get it. Is gravity equals 0? Then we apply the gravity, right? Interesting. Something to do with this. This right fact. 50. Hmm. Right. That's. Not sure. It's grounded. So, a bit of this. Right. It does this weird thing where it does that. I don't get it. It almost looks right. See, yeah, we don't adjust for delta time, so it makes it look much slower if we change that. Right, see, that's the right height, but then it can sink. It shouldn't be able to sink down like that. I don't get why it can, though. So perhaps we should reset. Well, do we want to reset each time? That's not necessarily right. Hmm. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So it does that. Because then it keeps sinking. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So let me. Yeah, I need to do the delta time stop to get it. To get it to look good at all frame rates. But this is fine, right? So yeah, it actually feels more correct. Because before it was just sort of jumping up, because we just set the position instead of using a velocity. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, can jump pretty high. Yeah. I don't know, this is just sort of messing right now because I'm not working on CanoScript at the moment because I finished what I was going to do for today. So yeah, I guess the next stream, what was the other issue? It might be one of these. It's probably one of these, or I'll look into this bug. One of those, Either one. Let's see. Okay. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So I don't remember how to do the delta time stuff, so I might not do that at the moment. But yeah, I can actually make real stuff, that's pretty cool. Like that. I don't really need this thing. I can just set it in here. Okay. Yeah. So, whoops. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, it was a bit shorter of a stream today, but I think that's really about it because I got done all that I was gonna do. Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.